Welcome to Crypto Insights, where we teach you about crypto. My name is Thomas and I'm the host of this channel. In this video, we will discuss the most frequently asked questions regarding the tax proposal in Portugal. So Portugal will start taxing crypto from 2023, and this Monday we had an event at the Block Cafe where we discussed suggestions for this proposal. So with all of that said, let's jump into this week's video. So this week's Monday, we had a meetup at the Block Cafe in Lisbon to discuss the new tax proposal in Portugal. And this tax proposal is regarding cryptocurrencies. And the most important questions I aligned here for you. So the first question was, why 28%? They assumed that 28% was a very high amount. But if you look into Portugal, capital gains on, for example, stocks or on properties or dividend payments, interest payments, they are all at 28% tax. That's the maximum tax that you would pay on those categories. So therefore, they also said crypto should be taxed that same amount, the 28%. Then the second question was, why is it so fast implemented? Most people assumed that this was the first crypto regulation in Portugal, which is not. So if you're a full-time trader, you are already taxed in Portugal. I created a video about it, and you will find a link below in this video. And the second one was that if you are receiving salary in crypto, that is also taxed. Either you're self-employed or you're employed by a company, your payments in crypto are already taxed. That is also nothing new. So how to calculate the capital gains? So how do you calculate the capital gains on your crypto? That is with the first in, first out. So it really looks at the first time you bought that Bitcoin and the first time you sold that Bitcoin. That's how it looks at the prices. Then can you actually buy property in Portugal with your crypto gains? Well, crypto gains are only crypto gains when you move out of the cryptocurrency into fiat, into euros. A very common question was also, are stable coins already taxed? If you cash out from Bitcoin to stablecoin, is that taxed? No, stablecoins are also a cryptocurrency. Only when you move out of cryptocurrency, so out of stablecoins to the euro, that is a taxable event. You can buy property with Portugal, but you will have to explain where your crypto is coming from and what are the capital gains. As you all know, if you hold your crypto for longer than 1 year, then it's not taxed. So if you hold your crypto for longer than 1 year, you can buy a property with it if you explain where it comes from. Is getting paid in crypto taxed? I already responded to that question. So yes, getting paid in crypto is taxed. And what you should do is you should give an invoice of the equivalent of euros of what you receive. Either you get paid in Bitcoin, Solana, stablecoin, the equivalent, you need to create an invoice for that and submit that to the Portuguese tax system. Why can't Portugal tax system become easier? Well, the tax system is easy. It is just the way they tax crypto is complicated. But if we look at our own crypto, for us, it's also hard to create a nice overview of what are the capital gains, what are your staking rewards, what are your DeFi rewards, where did you buy it for, where did you sell it for, you have transactions in multiple wallets, multiple exchanges. It is just complicated in general. So obviously, creating a tax system will also be very complicated. So Portugal just starts with small steps as taxing full-time traders and salary incomes, and now they just go to the next step. And there is no easier way. So what is the impact of the NHR status? So the NHR status states that if your incomes come from abroad, so outside of Portugal, not on any Portuguese exchanges, and also not on exchanges that have a banking license in Portugal, for example, Binance. Kraken, for example, doesn't have a license in Portugal. So if you hold your funds in Kraken, you don't have to submit anything in Portugal if you have the NHR status. So if you cash out my profits in stablecoin and I buy products with the Binance card, is that considered a taxable event? This is very tricky and this is very complicated. And unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that one yet. Because the procedure is that you actually, imagine, you're going to buy products with your Binance card. On your Binance card, you hold the BUSD, which is the Binance stablecoin. And you're going to buy clothes with it, or you go to IKEA and you buy products with it. The conversion is actually happening with the provider of the conversion, which is either Visa or it's Binance. So it's the retailer doesn't receive cryptocurrency and you are not converting it. So this is a question that is still with the government. And I created some other examples that the current law is still not clear about. So if you want to take your time to read it, please pause the video. But example one is basically stating that if Pedro is holding his crypto in two exchanges, so he has one exchange which is Binance and one exchange that is Kraken. Binance he uses for long-term investment and he uses Kraken for short-term trading, so for day trading. So on the 1st of January, he buys one Bitcoin for 25,000 in his Binance account. So for long term. So he's just going to keep it there. He's going to hold it there. Then on the 1st of February, he buys one Bitcoin for 20K in Kraken. So that's his short term trading exchange. And then on the 3rd, he sells this Bitcoin with 5,000 profit in Kraken. But the question is, if it's first in, first out, the taxes would consider that the purchase price of this Bitcoin was also 25,000. So that means that it is not a taxable event. It's zero. But in his trading account, if the first in, first out is on his trading account, then he made a profit of 5,000 euros. So this is something that the Portuguese government still needs to explain. Like in this example, has there been capital gains or hasn't there been a capital gains? Unfortunately, the current proposal is not giving any answer to this question. Then we go to 1.2, the example 1.2. So he does the same, but he sells and he converts it into a stablecoin in Binance. And Pedro uses that Binance card to buy some IKEA furniture for 2,500. Is this a taxable event? Again, the government is not clear about this. The proposal doesn't discuss whether this is a taxable event or not. And then in 1.3, then Pedro uses his full sales price, so not the capital gains, but the full sales price to buy a property. Is this a taxable event? So in an example 1.2, he only uses part of the profits, and in 1.3, he uses the full amount. Is that a taxable event? And also, of course, it depends on when he's buying the property, because if he holds it for more than a year, it's not a taxable event. So you can see it's really, really complicated, and the government really needs to become more clear in this. Then I also have an example regarding staking rewards. So Pedro is staking his Ethereum in Lido liquidity pool. So Pedro gets 0.1 Ethereum staking every single day. So staking rewards are taxed, says in the new proposal, because anything that you gain rewards that are newly created and are part of a consensus model and validating, they should be taxed. But what is the moment of taxation? Is the moment of taxation every single day that you receive the Ethereum in a cryptocurrency? Or is the moment of taxation when you decide to sell everything? So the moment that you move your staking into euros. And that is a question that the government also has to answer. Then example 2.1, instead of converting it to euro, Pedro decides to sell his Ethereum for USDC. On the 7th of January, he decides to sell USDC for euro. So although he never really purchased his cryptocurrency because he converted his staking into a stablecoin and held that for a year, is that the taxable event? So staking should always be taxed, but only when you cash it out. But if you cash it out only after 1 year, is that considered no capital gains? So again, this is a question that the current proposal is not giving an answer to. And before Portugal is implementing this law, they really need to start understanding cryptocurrencies. So this is the end of my video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. If you have any specific questions, please reach out to me on Crypto and Taxes Portugal or leave me a comment. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.